In the halls where the whispers gather, conservative minds debate the future. From tax cuts to border walls, strategies clash like a political rally. Frustration brews in the chambers. As always, meet new challenges. Dissenting voices rise up, seeking unity, but finding divides. We stand strong, we stand tall. In this party, our spirit will not fall. The path is rocky alone. We march forward with hearts full of song.
Hello, and welcome to Rebel Republic. We are the #1 political talk show in all of Massachusetts, in all of Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, Delaware, Maine, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey. It doesn't matter. You're either with us or you're against us. And next to me is the voice of reason himself, Frank Cristiano.
You sound out of breath.
I sound out of breath?
Yeah.
I'm not out of breath. I'm speaking in power.
In power?
And it's in power. It's in power.
Sounds like you're in a closet trying to touch yourself.
No,
I mean, power.
No, it's in it's strength. It's scaring people.
Yeah.
And we have Coach Schumann, who's fighting hard to stay awake. Coach Schumann, how are you?
I'm good. I'm awake.
Yeah, you're awake. So we were going to start with, obviously, there was a incident in DC where immigrants attacked, and Kristi Noem has called for a full travel ban on these countries. She announced Monday, following a meeting with Trump, that she is recommending a sweeping travel ban on every country she claims is sending dangerous immigrants to the United States. She made the announcement in a fury post on X, denouncing certain immigrants as killers and leeches. I just met with the president. I am recommending a full travel ban on every blank in this country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies, Noem says.
What's blank?
Well, basically dick countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's very angry about that, because our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and tears, and unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to Americans. We don't want them. Not one. End quote. She was pissed. And the announcement comes after the Afghan immigrant allegedly attacked 2 National Guard members last Wednesday in Washington, D.C., just blocks from the White House.
Allegedly.
Well, you have to say allegedly until they're prosecuted and all that. It's alleged.
How is it alleged when the video evidence shows 2 shot National Guardsmen on the ground in D.C. and the assailant on the ground and tackled with weapon in hand by other National Guardsmen and city police?
Well, I'm just saying that they're innocent until proven guilty.
Garbage.
It is garbage.
That needs
garbage.
You are innocent until proven guilty, but man, if I've got you on video right off the bat, you might as well just say, listen, you're guilty and it is what it is.
Well, I'm sure that he's going to fight every step of the way, because he came here. What's even funnier is he came here under the Biden administration, Operation Allies Welcome.
Yeah.
In 2021, and it evacuated and resettled Afghan refugees as the Taliban was taking control of Afghanistan. Noem criticized the process, asserting that this man was not properly vetted and blaming the Biden administration for what she described as an inadequate screening of Afghans and other foreign nationals during President Biden's term because he was eating ice cream and rubber stamping things. So, Frank, what are your thoughts on this situation?
There were thousands that weren't vetted properly in that evacuation. It wasn't even through the evacuation. It's even after the evacuation. So there were thousands that weren't vetted properly. They were trying to bring in as many as they could here that felt that were helping the U.S.
Just let it
in Afghanistan. But the problem is this. We left some good ones there and we took some bad ones in because we were not properly using the channels to find out information. And now granted, it looks like he was radicalized after he got here to the U.S. So he's pro-U.S. and all radicalized after he got to the U.S., right? My thing is, I don't know if he, my thing is, I think, you know how we always talk about, Dave, you know how we always talk about sleeper cells? I just think these guys that are doing this shit left and right, or they're just sleeper cells activated one by one. You know, they're getting a phone call or they're getting a text message or they're getting a low radio frequency broadcast to go out and do your thing. Now, why he would drive 3,000 miles to go do his thing and not go blow up something locally or shoot up something locally, that's the question I had in mind. But they may be telling him where to go and what to do to have the most effect on his actions. And going to D.C., where Trump declared it to be the safest thing now because all the guardsmen are there helping out the police, you cause chaos there. Then maybe you're tearing down a little bit of what Trump has been built up over the last month.
Dave, what are your thoughts on this situation? I mean, it's very, very sad and toxic, and travel bans on all these countries. It's not going to be easy to enforce them, right?
I'm sorry, you cut out there.
The travel bans on all these countries, they're not going to be easy to enforce, and Dave has disappeared. So, as I was saying before, even doing these travel bans, enforcing them is a whole nother issue.
Yes and no, because I think the job that we've done at the border right now, just securing this country, I think the same thing will happen at ports of entry all throughout this country if that happens. You're not going to see registries alone will tell you who's flying, where they're from. They have to provide documentation, correct documentation. We have a no travel fly list. I'm sure names are being thrown on that right away. So there's ways to control that.
Dave, I was just asking about your thoughts on the whole situation and the travel ban, if you think it's maybe too extreme, if it's going to be difficult to enforce. What were your thoughts on the situation?
I don't think it'll be difficult to enforce. I think the travel ban is it just people from what was the extent of the travel ban?
Well, she didn't really specify. She said it's basically dick countries with illegal immigrants. So there wasn't like a list. She was firing off a very passionate, emotional tweet saying that she wants to enforce a travel ban starting now on countries that are sending illegal immigrants and not even let them, fly here or whatever. So there wasn't anything specific on the countries.
So that makes no sense because an illegal immigrant can't fly here.
Well, that's what she.
Dave, you know what I mean? How does an illegal immigrant fly here? You're gonna go through customs, and they're gonna say, "Oh my God, you're from a foreign country. You have no visa. You have no work permit. You have nothing here. Come on in." Not gonna happen.
Right? No, I agree. But she basically slammed all these immigrants that are coming in and says they're foreign invaders and that we don't want them. However, they come by boat or by crossing the border. But she has not specifically said what countries, or she just said a full travel ban on every dick country that's been flooding our nation.
I don't understand her comment. I don't understand her comment. If they're coming by boat or they're walking across the border, they're illegal, they're going to be sent back.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
We hope so. We hope so.
There's no way of getting in.
We hope so.
I think what needs to be done is we need a revetting
Of the people that are already here.
People that are here on work visas or on study, going to universities. Obviously the ones with shorter durations of time in this country, not long durations. But I think that, if they're non-citizens, we just need to freshen up on who you are, where you are, what you're doing, and how you're progressing in this country. And are all your documents in order? That's all. And I think even through that alone, I think, honestly, I think ICE could do better, be better served doing that in this country than to just automatically grab everyone and deport. More investigative work, more documentation, more actual appearances, more going in and see. Now, if there's resistance and they don't want to do it, and then that's understandable that there's something wrong with what they have to be able to present to legal authorities. So I just think that would be better served.
Dave, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, identifying the illegals, keeping track of certain immigrants to make sure that they're progressing, that they're doing what needs to be done to ensure that they're productive Americans to our society and not leeches and draining and entitled, like she said.
I don't know how you prevent. I think you do have to control immigration to a certain extent. I don't know how you the leeches that are currently in our system are probably the biggest problem. And I don't know how you handle that properly. I don't know. I mean, the bottom line is we have to get the illegals out. That's an issue. The people that come over from other countries that are potential immigrants. I mean, the problem overall, there's one. Sometimes there are other people besides, but there's an extremist issue we have in the United States. Okay. Part of it is obviously religious based with Islam, and part of it is young people who are, for whatever reason, disenfranchised. So I don't know how you police all of it.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I don't think you can police all of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have perfect intelligence.
It's hard to keep track of these people.
Yes. And
yeah, but you could create centers. You can create a center in each major metropolitan city, even suburbs, rural areas that would have lists of people that have come in the nation in the last, let's say, 4 to 6 years or 4 to 8 years, and where they're supposed to be located, what they're supposed to be doing, right? And how long they have to stay in this country before renewing documents. I think that's a fair assessment and a fair thing to do. We can't rely. I mean, think about it. During the Biden administration, all these millions of illegals would come over. Okay, so they'd pick them up, they'd round them up, they'd bring them into a center, and they would say, "All right, well, here's your court date," and years from when they were pulled in. And in the meantime, they'd get lost through the country. Purposefully is without a doubt, that's the right word, purposefully. So I don't understand how, we have the motivation, we have the resources now with this current administration. We have the manpower. We're hiring ICE agents like there's no tomorrow. You can hire agents to be able to go in, section up the portions of the country and start going door to door and finding out where these people are, what they're doing, and how they're progressing, any criminal record they have. And then granted, that's what ICE is doing in a way, but ICE is more kind of like just grabbing people. I mean, I know they're going to have lists of people who they're trying to find, but I think, sometimes they're just randomly, hey, show me your papers. You know what I mean? So I think it's a waste of time. The ones go after them. But after that, let's start making centers and let's check everybody. That's all.
Yeah, but what's the incentive of somebody going into the center? Like if they're unknown, why would they go in and risk their freedom?
They won't be going in. You're not going to. There's no. You're not going to say, hey, if you're on a work visa, come on down. They're not going to come after what they've seen the last 4 or 5 months on the streets of these countries of this country, right?
So you're going to bring them there.
You're going to go and you're going to find a list. There's got to be a list. There's got to be resources. There has to be addresses. There have to be names. Who are these people that have come in on visas right off the bat? Who are these people that have come in for studies?
Yeah, I'm
right?
Sure there's
right off the bat. We've got that. Yeah. Okay. And medical studies, regular university studies. There's got to be lists of people. And those are the initial ones. Let's check those. Okay, all these Afghans that came over in this program, that they aided us in the U.S. That's fantastic. Come on over. You gave us a hand. We welcome you in. But you know what? Every 6 months or 1 year, we got to check on you. We got to check on how you doing. You know, who we've been staying in contact with. And is that invasion of privacy? Nah, a little bit. Sure. We want to know what's going on, especially if we're going to check social media and all that shit. But bottom line, we have to do this because there are natural ties, like Dave said, of religious extremism, right? And economic or political extremism that have been tied to almost every person doing this kind of despicable act that's happened in the last couple of weeks.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly there. And I think it needs to be done for sure but I'm with Dave to the point, if you are an illegal, I think you got to go. I'm with him on that. If you're illegal, go. Get them out of here. Regardless of the good they may be doing to the country. Now, we had a comment. You never hear Muslim leaders condemn the violence. You never hear the Muslims reaching across the aisle to the other religions. Muslims are the problem. And, you know, that was something that I was talking about last week, that Muslims aren't doing that. The Israelis, like, at least do. Like, that was your comment, that the Muslims would not lay down their guns. The Israelis would. Correct?
Correct.
There's an extreme Muslim section that needs to be looked at. There are many Muslims that are fine. They're normal. They're normal humans, but there's an extreme group, extreme section, extreme growth of Muslims in this country and overseas too. Europe has been flooded by it. That here's my problem. I'm talking in circles sometimes. I'm just going to come out with it. Bottom line, even the Muslims that believe in peace and that believe in coexisting together and that want to abide by our laws. If a radical section of Muslims in this country all of a sudden starts an uprising, they're going to follow the religion more than follow the basis of the country that they live in. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Correct. Absolutely.
And that's the problem. Now, if nothing's going on, they're peaceful. They cohabitate. They're going to be fine. They love their neighbors. And all. But if Sharia law is implemented in certain sectors, they will back that first because they believe in their teachings. They believe in the Quran. They believe in their religion, and that faith is very strong. When you pray 5 times a day.
7. It's
I thought it was 5.
7
times a day.
Yeah, when you to Mecca.
When you stop yourself and pray 7 times a day, that's discipline.
I pray 7 times a day.
That's discipline.
Dave, you pray 7 times a day, don't you? Dave,
sometimes I pray for the show to start actually on time.
Oh, you do? Okay, and that's my fault. I forgot. I'm sorry, Dave.
No, it's not your fault.
But the Muslim community is itself, you know, they basically stated, you know, how I was saying, just, you know, throw them all out. But the commenter said, you never hear Muslim leaders condemn the violence. You never hear Muslims reaching across the aisle to other religions. Do you believe that to be true?
Do I believe that Muslims believe in violence?
You never hear them condemn the violence.
Yeah, because they you mean the ones that are supposedly like not radical?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not the fundamentalists, correct.
I think that there's no. I think there's very little decision with them to do that because it goes against the Quran being of siding with infidels, and then they put themselves at risk from fundamentalists. So that's why you see very few Islamic leaders step up against radicalism. This is a holy war, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
it's been that way
look,
for thousands of years.
we're not in the holy war, but there's a lot of people that they're not actually fighting the war, but if they are put to the task, would not fight on the side of America. And
Correct.
that's the
You said
bottom
that.
line.
Yes. Yeah.
So what does that tell you? It's a holy war. Now, I would say there's also an ideological war with people on the left, the radical left, which is, without religion, like non-religious side that is against I don't know, people letting them do whatever they want to do. So, there's kind of a war from that standpoint. America's at a crossroads because of those
Big time.
things, meaning the left is super radical, irregardless, irrelevant to religion, and then also, even though it's a smaller group of people, the Islamic fundamentalists, which we've been at kind of war with for 20 years, have done a lot better job of infiltrating the United States, primarily under Obama and Biden.
Yeah.
Primarily under those two people have they been able to infiltrate the United States. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's not, nobody's against people of a different religion. The problem is assimilation. Okay. In the United States, part of being American is there's some form of assimilation to American values. And if we don't have
You would hope, yes.
of American values assimilation, okay, then all you have is a bunch of people who are from another country bringing their country's problems to us and bringing it into their own little community that they live in. That's all you have, okay? There has to be some form of assimilation of cultures, and they could be from many different cultures, but there has to be that's what it is to be an American.
Yeah, we were a melting pot.
Part of the problem is that there's so many groups that do not want to assimilate into America.
And Frank, you had talked about the Dearborn, and I think Dave did as well. And we had a comment from Mr. Brian Walker. Do you think the Muslim community just showed up in Dearborn? They have been there since the early 1900s. So it's not like it's anything new.
I don't know about the early 1900s.
That's what he said.
I do know that when the last 20 to 30 years they've built up now. So and all right. So number one, why Dearborn?
Dearborn, Michigan. Yeah,
right.
That's where they settled. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, I know they.
Why would they pick that?
Well, they want to go there because they know that there's a Muslim community there, so they feel more comfortable with their own people. I totally understand, but it has no relevance weather-wise. It has no relevance relations-wise. Nothing. It just they have a population of Muslims there. Why Minneapolis for Somalis who are Muslim? That's another.
No, question. It doesn't make sense.
But the buildup within the last 20 to 30 years has seen Minneapolis turn into a hub of Somali living, and they have sort of rearranged and changed the dynamic of that city as well. And they've also brought in a new level of corruption into that city. And I'm not saying that white people are Christians or whoever are not corrupt. Yes, we have those too. But the level of corruption through the Somali community, as far as embezzling and scamming the government out of millions and millions of dollars that they actually sent back home overseas to Somalia, and that some of that money filtered in through to Al Shabaab, the
absolutely,
the radical terroristic group from that area. So they've assimilated very well, I would say, because they figured out how to bypass some of our security checks and features, and
absolutely,
and
checks and balances,
and scammed. I don't know how many millions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, because if you look at it, most of these places that were doing the scamming were saying that they had restaurants and they were feeding.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They were feeding 6,000 children a day during the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. They're just great philanthropists.
And here's the foolish thing. Here's the foolish thing.
You were too.
Dave,
you were doing that.
Yeah, I was. I was feeding people. Here's the foolish thing. And Dave, back me up on this one right here. If you're the government and you're going to give hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars out in COVID relief, you're not going to send inspectors just to check on how the things are going, or where's the money being spent, or is it going to the right people, or you're not going to do that or are you doing that because you don't want to check up on it, because you want the money to flow out illegally? You have some kind of deal set up with NGOs and third world parties where the money is just going to dissipate and come back into the political system through donations back to your political party. I don't know. That's just my theory on that.
Dave, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I agree. I think that the left wants this to be a problem. I think that the right. I don't know. I just think that my whole thing is that you cannot get around the radical part of the whole situation, and until you address and be willing to focus on the fact that it's a radicalization that's the problem, we're not going to get anywhere.
And we got a comment: Trump and his family are the biggest grifters. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I don't think Trump is a grifter. I would say. I
think every president in office, every family of the president in office, every relative of the president in office has made money off of that guy being in office.
Yeah.
So it's not one person that's a grifter. Biden's son did pretty good job of stealing millions.
Hunter was smart.
Yeah, he did good, and bringing some blow into the White House too. He did a nice job of that.
It was a good video.
There people are arguing because Trump is building a ballroom to embellish the White House, but nobody cried wolf when Hunter brought blow into the White House. Which is
it's just cocaine.
Stupid.
I mean,
stupid.
Cocaine wasn't.
No, not a big deal. Yeah, but every administration, there are deals being made every day. There's handshake deals being made every day. You can't take all of that away. Okay, you can't. I wish you could. I want every administration to be clean. I want every politician who's on the Hill to be clean, because then maybe things will get done. When you owe favors to people, you can't get anything done, because you may have to go against what may be good policy, because you've got your hand in the cookie jar and you've got to vote a different way. But I think there needs to be a top to bottom overhaul of the political system would be fantastic. I agree with that. But if you think Trump is any more corrupt than any other president that's been in office, you're wrong. You're totally wrong.
I don't think Trump is corrupt.
I wouldn't define him as corrupt at all.
I think Trump is one of the least corrupt presidents that we've maybe had in recent memory. There's benefit for Trump to be corrupt. You may not like,
not at all.
They may not like what he stands for.
But Dave, how many Trump watches do I have to buy? How many Trump? They had the golden sneakers. He's selling everything. When he was president, when he wasn't president. When he wasn't president, I don't care. Sell whatever you want.
He's always selling everything.
I know, but when you're using,
he was selling everything.
I agree. I'm not saying, but when you use your office, you're in office now. Something's got to rearrange a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, you're in office now. I don't care. You want to call people pigs like you did, so they thought he called someone piggy or whatever it was. I don't give a shit. That's okay. That's your demeanor as president. Fine. Everyone says, "Oh, the president should bring people together and all that." You know what? When people try to bring people together in the public face, they're sucking up to you. They're not telling you the truth. They're lying to you through your teeth. That's like when you always suspect your friends. They shake your hand and smile at you and say, "See you later, buddy." Okay, and then when you turn around, they talk about you behind your back.
What a dick!
I'd rather have the guy to be straightforward with me. Okay, instead of bringing people together. People are going to come together because people give a shit about each other or they don't. That's all. I have friends and I have people that I don't want to be friends with. I can't be friends with everyone. It is what it is. But bottom line, like once you're in that office, some of the stuff's got to be cut out. You know what I mean? Some of the, but like I said, everyone has their hand in the cookie jar.
It's never going to be perfect.
Everyone has their hand in the cookie jar. But I'll tell you right now, if you're going off of overall policy and you're going off of overall following the law, I think this administration is doing a much better job than the last ones that we've had.
Oh,
especially the last Democratic ones we've had.
A much better job than a year.
100% better policies that will help us as a nation, not hurt us as a nation.
Than 4 years of the Biden administration. We also discussed health insurance last week, and we had a comment that it would probably cost $25,000 a year per person to pay for private insurance, which is why the Affordable Care Act is needed.
No, I don't think that would be the figure.
I think that's a little on the high side.
I don't think that would be the figure. I mean, right now, I have a policy I'm paying. It'll be 23,000 for the year, 24,000 for the year.
So
for my family though.
Yeah, for covering
for three people. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's that high, but I also think that with better competition, when you open up, in New York State, if you're on by ACA, you can't shop out of state.
No, you can't.
So there's no competition.
You're very limited.
So if I'm in a very insurance corrupted state, I'm locked into whatever policies I could grab in the state. So being out of state policy, haggling would be a great thing that you could be able to shop it around. I think caps need to be put on a lot of the services that doctors and hospitals do, especially all those your X-rays and your MRIs and all that other stuff where the bill comes, it's like $5,000 for an MRI. I mean, $5,000? Seriously?
Well, I
know the machine costs money. Don't get me wrong. You got to pay it back.
I think it was my brother-in-law. I'm not sure. He needed a sonogram for diverticulitis.
Sure.
And they said it was going to be a 6-month wait.
Right.
6 months.
Is he in Canada?
No, he's here.
Okay.
United States.
He might have been in Canada.
He tried going to Wynn, the local hospital. He was trying to go to Oneida.
Yeah.
He's like, well, this is like kind of emergent. He's like, and they're like, well, it's not emergent, so we can put it off. Unless it's emergent, they'll get you in to see you.
Right.
But for him, he needs a sonogram. He's had terrible stomach pain.
Sure.
And they said it's going to be like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then for him to see an ENT, 3 months.
Right.
And that's with MVHS. So, he has Blue Cross. He has good health insurance.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference at all. He could die tomorrow. He knows that he has diverticulitis. He knows that there's an infection in there, but it's not serious enough to warrant getting immediate care. He's going to have to wait to get it, which blows my mind. You're paying, like you said, $20,000. I mean, if he's paying $10,000 or $20,000, $15,000 for him and his wife, and he can't get insurance coverage to where he can get a sonogram within a reasonable amount of time,
right?
Where he can't be seen by an ENT within a reasonable amount of time.
You're talking about a total overhaul of the medical system.
Well,
top to bottom, that's what it needs. And also, then liability, liability insurance needs to change too. A lot of these doctors, they're paying through the nose on liability insurance.
They are, yes.
You know,
yes.
so that jacks
Yes.
up a lot of the rates too.
Yes.
But I mean, overall, the insurance companies are making a ton of money.
Yes.
But I mean, the doctors are at a high end. Granted, they charge, but you need a total overhaul top to bottom.
Dave,
I'm
what
not
are your
against
thoughts?
socialized medicine. I'm not against it.
Dave, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, he's going to have a 6-month wait to get a sonogram. He's going to have a 3-month wait to see an ENT. He's having terrible stomach pain. It's been going on for a while. They did a CT scan. Nothing showed up. And now they're scheduling the sonogram, and he's going to have to wait 6 months to get it. He may not get a diagnosis well into 2026. And this is someone with good insurance for New York State.
What do you want me to opine on here? Whether the insurance is too high?
The situation. Yeah. What do you think about the situation? That's what I'd like you to opine on. The situation of having to wait 6 months for a sonogram.
I think it's crazy. I think that's crazy.
To have to wait 3 months for an ENT.
What's that?
To have to wait 3 months to see an ENT doctor.
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's absolutely insane.
Where was that this is going on again?
Here, this is my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law was telling me over Thanksgiving that he's got diverticulitis. He's had horrible stomach pain, but he's struggling to get a sonogram done and see an ENT, which is the next process, because he already had the CT scan, which he had to wait for. And now he's like, are you kidding me? I got to wait again. And he's been calling around, and, he's going to have to go to New York City or out to Buffalo or Rochester or something like that, because around here, even out to Oneida, he couldn't get seen, which is about 30 minutes away.
ENT doctor?
An ENT doctor, yes. There's only a couple.
There's only a couple in our area. There's only a couple of anything in our areas. I don't know. It seems like once they eliminated
that
2
might
hospitals,
be more of a rural area thing than it is a medical thing, though.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. We just built a new hospital. There should be doctors galore, but
our county has 250,000 people. We have almost 300,000 people in the county. I mean, there should be some services there that are available. But I think less and less people are going into the field of higher medicine.
Of course,
higher medicine.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you can't. Number one, they probably can't. They can't afford the education. Because you got to put in 10 to 12 years, right? You got to do a lot of studying. You got to do a lot of shifts of training before you're even allowed to see anyone.
The residencies, right. Yeah.
So I mean, maybe more and more not going into that field. My son's going into that field, and I don't know where he's going to end up. Yeah. I don't see him staying 10 years.
As a PA, yeah.
I don't see him staying. I don't know.
Well, PA, you won't have to stay as long, which is
not as long, but maybe that he wants to be a doctor.
Oh, he does.
But eventually, I think he'll be a PA because he can't do it. 10 years, 11 years is a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. So you mentioned talking about Ukraine, and that is obviously a very difficult subject. Zelensky's top aide resigned this week after the growing corruption scandal. His name, I can't say his first, Andrei Yermak. Yermak was due to lead key talks with the U.S. on Russia's war in this country. So what is this going to mean for Ukraine? I mean, he has established a rapport and a relationship with the U.S., with Russia. He's Zelensky's most trusted leader, and he resigned because of the corruption, because of the money, because of everything that was being taken. He was part of it. What does that say about him?
My feeling is this: you're going to see a quick, and I thought the resolution would be done a couple months.
The resolution was supposed to be done,
but I think you're going to see a quick resolution approved now. Granted that no talks are going, but you're going to see land given up by Ukraine to go to Russia. You're going to see basically whatever was put on paper to be co-signed by Zelensky now, because he doesn't want his power to be torn apart.
Which is going to happen.
There are many in the Ukrainian political system right now that are disgruntled with Zelensky after finding out about this corruption, and several other pieces of information have come through on corruption throughout his administration. It's turned more into what they think is a dictatorship, because obviously when war started, martial law was implemented. And so with martial law implemented, you're basically everything's coming through the president. So there's a lot of sentiment that they want, they may challenge, and they may, that every 5 years, the president of Ukraine is supposed to go every 5 years. And I think what they want to do now is recall a vote and vote on Zelensky. So I think you're going to see him sign something really quick. So the pushing of getting that revote maybe will simmer down a little bit, and also the investigations into his administration will simmer down a bit. But you know what? It all goes back to this. Trump was correct. Trump was correct. Bottom line, he said there was corruption in that government. He said money was being funneled. He says people were shipping it out third parties. He said the people in the administration were getting rich, and everyone called him a zealot. You don't know what you're talking about. A Nazi. Nazi. Trump the Nazi.
It's easy to call him a Nazi.
Yep. And bottom line, he is correct.
Now, Dave, what do you think about the situation? Because there have been comments. They met today, the Ukrainian officials in Florida, and President Zelensky met with his French counterpart, Emmanuel Macron, in Paris.
Macron.
I like that. And he asserted a great many details, and one of them was that he won't accept giving up territory to Russia, let alone legitimize Russian occupation of Ukraine's land.
Who said this?
This is President Zelensky.
Zelensky is saying he won't give up land.
Well, Ukrainian officials have told U.S. officials that they won't accept giving up territory to Russia,
right? And
let alone legitimize.
So the war will never end.
Well, so you think that he has to give up land?
That's correct.
That's the only way Putin will allow this to end.
That's correct.
He's going to have to give up land.
That is correct.
And you think that's a good resolution to this?
Yeah, I think at some point, depending on who has the upper hand in a battle.
And they fought strong, considering who they fought against.
They have. But I'll tell you right now, with corruption scandals and money being funneled out, you think this government is going to turn around and send them another ration of money?
No, of course not.
Weapons?
Of course.
What are we going to send this government? Why are we sending
as equally as fucked up? So
without a doubt.
So I think that listen, I think that there's going to have to be something that's going to have to happen, but I don't know. I think unfortunately they probably can keep going on and on and on and on because of the fact that.
But has the war stopped officially as they're negotiating?
No. So Russia just launched a strike yesterday, or whatever, that killed 4 people.
So they're still fighting as this is going.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it really hasn't done anything.
No. But I think you'll see territories that Ukraine originally had that are Russian-speaking territories, that are Russian-sympathetic territories. They sympathize with the Russian government. I think you'll see those turn over hands and be given to Russia as an appeasement to be able to implement some sort of peace.
But you do think that eventually Zelensky's going to come around and give Russia this land to end this war?
I do.
If that's what it comes down,
I do. If not, I don't see other compromise. I mean, what you have are 2 things. You have a corrupt government that's burning through the world's cash, okay, and on the other side, you have a corrupt leader that's burning through his country's people, and he doesn't care. He'll forcefully inscribe. They're already putting 50-year-olds into the military. They're running out of bodies.
They're running out of bodies. Yeah.
So you have a maniacal guy. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you don't want to appease a maniacal guy. You don't want to make him feel bad. But bottom line, to end this stupidity, something has to be given. I think it's more prudent on the Ukrainian side to give up something, because the Russians are going to give nothing. What do they want to give up? What are they going to go? Part of Russia?
Dave, what are your thoughts on this? on the Russia-Ukraine situation. Do you think that Ukraine needs to give up this land in order to end the war? Do you think that it would really end the war to begin with?
Not sure.
I really don't believe it'll end it. I think it's just going to give Putin what he wants, and then he's going to take it from there and go on a rampage because he got what he wanted. He fooled us all, and we kowtowed to him.
I don't know. I don't know if giving him the land will do anything or not. I mean, it's really without knowing the inner details of this, which I don't. I think the biggest problem is they don't want to give up any of their land.
No, Zelensky does not.
That would be a form of appeasement, and they're not.
Well, they fought this long. I mean, why would you?
You're right. I mean,
if you fought this long for it, why would you give it up?
I don't know what the end goal is of the war for Russia, I guess, other than get this piece of land.
They want Ukraine back.
I think that's really what they want. Honestly, that's what I think they want. Like
it is 100%. I believe it is.
Yeah, that's the problem is I don't. Short of that, like, what's the stop if you appease them? What is to stop them from
wanting something more?
Correct.
So, a unification of all of Europe to not buy oil from Russia.
That would be great.
And
the
maybe,
European Union has
maybe this is the plan with what Trump is doing down in Venezuela, is to overthrow the Maduro government. Sorry, I want to jump the gun, but it's going to tie into everything. Is to put in someone in place in that government that will be U.S. friendly, and to control the flow of oil from Venezuela to Europe to cut off the Russians from profiting any money on oil sales around the world.
So Trump has angered quite a bit of people by blowing up these ships that carry the drugs. And now, as you say, he wants to go into Venezuela. He wants to overhaul the government and put in a puppet master that he can.
My theory, obviously, again, the slogan for the media is they are fighting the drug war.
Yeah.
And they also want, while they're fighting the war, why not help out the Venezuelan people who were robbed of their true elected president by Maduro going in and basically scamming the whole election?
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But what else does Venezuela have to offer the world besides oil? Nothing.
Illegal immigrants.
Right.
That's what they have to offer. They have to offer illegal immigrants.
So the oil has to be some sort of faction. What is the oil going to do? The U.S. does not need the oil. We have so much oil in our country that it could fast flow for the next 200 years. So we don't need the oil. So who in the world needs oil to power electricity, to power fuel in their countries, for automobiles, for the machinery, everything? Europe.
Absolutely.
Europe needs oil.
Yeah.
Europe is buying 80% of their oil from Russia.
Right.
Okay.
So cut them off.
That'll
ruin their economy.
That'll send their economy. Their economy is in ruins right now, but that would put the nail in the coffin to Russia.
Right.
So I think I just think that's the master plan.
That does make sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. So you cut off the flow. That will weaken Russia's position and maybe keep Ukraine's land.
Europe doesn't want to buy oil from the U.S. because Europe hates the U.S.
Well, everyone hates the U.S.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they don't want to buy oil because Trump's telling me to buy oil from them. It'll be cheaper, and we'll be fighting against. We'll be stopping the Russians. We don't want to do that. F Trump.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
But now, if Trump Jr. in Venezuela, the new president, calls up Europe and hey, Germany, I heard you guys need oil. We in Venezuela would love to do trade business with you. We're not a socialist economy anymore. We are a capitalist economy. We want to make money, and we're going to sell it to you at a cheap price, and we'll send it right away. And they'll be like, oh, we're buying oil not from the U.S. We're buying it from Venezuela.
Dave, what are your thoughts on this situation with the oil in Venezuela, with us possibly overthrowing the government and Frank's theory to put somebody else in the power to strengthen things for us?
Do I think it's a good thing? I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Puppet
is my
government.
theory is my theory correct, Dave? I'm just shooting blanks.
That there's going to be a puppet government going to be in there?
Does it hold water? Does it hold water?
It holds water as much as anything else. I mean, I think that I think that they have to do some situation that allows them to have a situation to have free elections and those kind of things. So I don't know if that's called a puppet government or it's an enhancement. I don't know.
Well,
regime change.
He'll owe the U.S. government a favor.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, we're going to take all the illegal Venezuelans back tomorrow. We're going to put them to work in Venezuela.
Yeah, and shove it up their ass.
In the oil fields. Yeah. And we're going to give Trump, what do you need? I need you to send some oil to Europe because we gotta shut off the Russians because they're not making this peace deal. And then there you go.
So Dave, I'd like an opportunity.
Sandwich character.
Manwich? Isn't it a sandwich?
Oh, that says stick the football and hire Kevin Cahill. Yeah.
And then says Trump and Huss family local. Are grifters.
That's what I said. He called Trump grifters. Now
Who's
he was
Senator
talking.
Murphy? Who's Senator Murphy?
I don't know, but
Chris Murphy, I think. Yeah.
I can tell you that I want to call out my mother because we had this discussion over Thanksgiving about the Somalis starving or whatnot and all this crap.
Somalis.
Yeah, I thought she said it was Somalis or the Sudan. Someone was starving.
I gotta run. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you want to get a dictionary? You want to get a dictionary? Find out if it's Somali or Somali?
What?
Well, Somalia.
Yeah, the
Somalians. It could be the Somalians.
Yeah,
not Somalians.
Well, whatever.
Okay,
does it matter? Okay. I don't care. They're Africans. It does matter. They're all Africans.
It does matter.
It's Africans. The Africans are starving.
Is it they or is it them?
It's them.
It all matters.
They are starving.
Okay.
And my mother was like, "Oh, we should be over there helping them.
Yeah.
We should be. Trump's not helping them."
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're not helping ourselves.
Right.
We have enough problems in our own country to take care of.
Correct.
Why do we need to police the world? Why do we need to bring food over to Africa? Why can't any of the European countries do it? Why is it it's on us? It's on us to do everything.
Right.
When we can't take care of ourselves. That is my argument. We want to go and police the world. We want to solve everyone's problems. Yeah. We're Jesus Christ. We're God. We can absolve everyone of their sins. We can make wine into water. We can do this. We can do that. But we can't take care of healthcare in our own country. We can't take care of the cost of living in our own country. Right. We can't take care of our college graduates coming out not having work because of entitlement. We can't take care of the homelessness problem. But you want us to spend time, resources, and money over in Africa feeding the people of Sudan, Somalia?
You know me, and you know that I'm a nationalist. I worry about taking care of the country first. You can't You can't help anyone else
until you help yourself. That's absolutely.
It. So I agree with that. There's only so much we can do. The problem is that we want to have influence in the world to be able to control the world.
But we do have influence in the world.
Yeah, but not
Trump has influence.
This is why we send aircraft carrier groups to certain parts of the world at certain times. This is why we send political negotiation teams over at certain times of the world. We want to implement a control, so we are the most powerful nation in the world. So we are the leader of the free world. So there's always an interest outside that, and unfortunately, you have to spend a lot of money overseas to have influence.
What do you think of President Lula of Brazil?
Now,
that was a comment.
Yeah, no, I wish I could answer that. President Lula of Brazil.
Lula or Luca?
To be honest with you, I don't have much information on him. That's not the president of Argentina, the one that was pro-Trump in the beginning, who actually turned that economy around a little bit. In Brazil, I don't know if he's a socialist and has taken arms up against Trump, not arms as in military, but
yeah, President Lula is Brazil. He's 80 years old.
Yeah. And he's at odds with this administration, if I'm correct, right? I'm just off the top of my head.
Wow, yeah. He sanctioned an increase on tax exemptions for low-income people. That is what he is being attacked for. And he reshuffled political appointees in coalition phrase. So and the Brazil Congress overrides Lula, vetoes. It's an escalating fight with the president. So he is really in some turmoil in Brazil.
So what you're saying is the comment has, who is it? So you're saying that the U.S. should continue the carrier group on down a little further south in Venezuela.
Well, apparently, there's
inflicting problems in Brazil.
There's issues going on there that are apparently of concern.
You have to realize, if the U.S. is in financial distress,
I don't think we're in financial distress.
Well, I'm saying in social situations, our youth we can't buy a home.
The mortgage rates
we can't pay our bills. We can't pay our student loans back. Our credit cards are behind. The average American family doesn't have $1,000 in a savings account for emergency savings. So that's a little financial distress, I would say, right?
Absolutely.
I forget what the percentage is.
Absolutely, it is.
63% of people live week to week on their paycheck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You said that they cash their paycheck.
If we're in financial distress, what can the situation in the rest of the world be?
Right. It's got to be. We're the world leader.
I know.
We're in financial distress.
Don't throw
the rest of the world.
Don't throw Europe out at me, because Europe is a mess financially.
Yeah.
Europe is a mess financially. In Europe, you live at home till you're 40 or 50, or you wait till your parents die.
You wait till you get the house.
Yeah. Okay. In Europe, you pay 53% on average of your income in taxes back to the government to have these
you get your check
to have these social services. No, I'm saying to have these services, you're paying that amount basically in taxes back to the government. You're not allowed there. The extravagant expenses aren't there. You don't. I think and people go there. You're going as a vacationer, or if you live there 4 or 5 years, then fine. You could tell me what Europe is like. But if you're just there for 2-3 weeks and oh my God, it's so different. It's so cheaper to live. It's cheaper to live because they have less income than we do. There was just a study that went on in about the United Kingdom, about England, and the study was this. I think it was United Kingdom, Spain, France, I'm not sure, there's 3 or 4 countries. They have less income, less average yearly income than the state of Mississippi, which is the poorest state in this country.
Poorest state in the country.
Okay. Yes. They have less income coming in, as an average citizen.
Correct.
So if they have less than the poor state in the US,
what does that
mean? How good is it there?
Yeah. No,
Tell
I agree.
me, as opposed to this country.
I agree.
People argue about a capitalistic system. Capitalistic system gives everyone an opportunity.
Yeah, but you have to take advantage of that opportunity.
Is everyone
giving it to you?
Is everyone going to get to the same level?
No.
Okay.
No.
But a lot of times, what you put into it,
created equal.
What you put into it is most likely in a capitalistic system what you're going to get out of it. Some won't. But nothing is fair in life. Everybody wants everything to be fair.
Yes.
Compassionate, fair, caring. I don't even know what other words to put. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You know who Mr. T used to say he lived by the golden rule. You know who Mr. T is, right? You're a fan of wrestling. Mr. T said he lives by the golden rule. The man with the gold makes all the rules.
Absolutely.
Basically, that's it. You have to strive to be able to accumulate as much as you can. If you're looked at as greedy, well, that's fine. It is what it is. But you need to accumulate to get yourself into a comfortable position in life. Then after that, if you are comfortable as a human being to be able to dole out the extra finances you may have and you don't need, then that's the bonus of capitalism.
So Dave, we were talking about Russia and Ukraine, and this just came out. Military commanders told President Putin in comments on Monday that Russian forces had captured the frontline Ukrainian towns of Pokrovsk and Volkanizhik and were advancing elsewhere.
Jesus, what are we going to do?
Where he hailed as successes to enable further gains. So basically, he's saying, fuck you, shove it up your ass. I'm taking what I want.
It's a war. It's still going on.
You can give me your land or
the
not.
war. The
I'm
war is still going on. What do you expect him to do? You expect both sides to stop right now? It's a war.
I think he should keep going.
It's a
Just
war.
take it. Just take it. Why bother negotiating?
But it's not about.
How is he not going to get what he wants?
He hasn't done it in 3 years.
Well, he's gaining ground now.
That's great, gain ground, and the U.S. and Europe will dump another $10 billion into Ukraine, and they'll buy some more Tomahawks.
You just said they won't.
If he doesn't agree to a deal or doesn't agree,
you think that they will give more?
They're gonna, because all of Europe wants to see. That's how this all started. Europe was the aggressor in this. Ukraine was the aggressor in this.
Correct.
In 2014,
correct.
They were the aggressors in Russia.
Correct.
So why do you think Russia wants to be on their heels? That's why they come out and they attack.
But that's why I wouldn't back down.
But all of Europe wants to see Russia eliminated.
They do.
They want to see them eliminated.
They do.
That's it. So sure, they're going to funnel as much money as they can. All money is a printing press.
It is.
Every country
paper.
You can print as much as you want.
It's just paper.
Right.
You can just print it.
You can print as much as you want. Granted, the financial situation in your country depends on how much or how little you print. But the money, you can send as much money as you want. The U.S. can send as much as they want. Who cares?
Dave, what are your thoughts on this? That Ukraine or that Russia took over a couple of major Ukraine cities, towns, and are still advancing.
I think
with no
absurd.
Signs of slowing down.
I think it's absurd. I disagree with Frank on the fact that Russia is not the problem here. I mean, Russia is definitely the problem.
I think they're the problem, Dave. I agree with you on that. They've been the problem all along. That's why Europe wants them out.
But they didn't start the fire, as Billy Joel would say.
Yeah, good one.
I agree. We didn't start the fire.
The whole issue for Russia, from Russia's side, is that they feel that Ukraine is next door to them. They joined NATO. They're a threat to them. Blah, 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 blah. That's basically the thought process, which it's not necessarily a wrong thought process. I just think Putin is using anything to do what he wants to do. You know, I would say that if that was really the issue, there would be a negotiation there, not war. But Putin definitely. Putin thought it was easy pickings. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely, he did. He was smart.
He thought it was easy pickings. He was going to take
smart
it.
Thinking it was easy pickings.
With easy pickings, it's been 3 years, and they've gained maybe, I don't know.
Be easy pickings. He thought it was going to be, and he was wrong. So he thought they would back down. He thought that they would be easy.
They would acquiesce. Absolutely.
They would take out. They haven't. They've proven not to. Obviously, a lot. We're supporting them with arms and stuff, but they were much more willing to fight than Putin even imagined. Is my guess, and then that's why you have what you have here. Neither side is gonna put down the guns, so to speak. And I don't know. I think that the Ukraine situation has become a crazy one. It's an endless war right now. I don't know what the solution is to it. I
don't think there is a solution to it.
No, I don't. I don't know if
unless everyone declares war on Russia, because I don't think Russia's going to stop.
Which is just the end of the world.
Well, I mean, I don't see Russia stopping. I see him.
I do.
I see him getting what he wants and wanting more. He's going to be like that kid on Christmas who gets a few presents, but he's not happy and he wants more and wants more and wants more.
The problem is that you're 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 not thinking about internal upheaval.
Internal upheaval in Russia?
Listen, you know what the unemployment rate is in Russia? You know what the average income per year is per person in Russia?
I do not.
You know, it's minimal. The unemployment rate's got to be in the 30 to 40% in the country. There's no work. There's no income coming.
40%
in the country.
Rate.
Yeah, so look it up. Maybe Dave's got the computer for him. You can look up what Russian unemployment.
Wow.
I mean, there's no income coming into the country.
Okay, so that would be.
There's another issue coming with AI. That's part of what's affecting. It's beginning to affect America. It's going to affect the world. Is AI is going to replace a lot of jobs very quickly, and the problem is, I think over time that there would be manageable methods to adjust, but it's happening so rapidly that you're going to have a lot of people that are not basically utilizing their hands. A lot of knowledge workers, quote unquote, that are going to be unemployed. And I think that's, I think you're going to see that around the world, but in Russia in particular, I think, it says Russia's unemployment rate
2.2%.
That's pretty low, right?
That's
not realistic.
That's not a realistic number.
That's not realistic. That's not realistic. It's what they want you to know. It's what they want you to know.
I don't know.
And Frank, you had mentioned the illegals. Hannity on his show was just saying how during the Biden administration, they basically lost track of immigrants, legal or illegal, and they don't know for sure how many are in this country.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of one.
It's no surprise.
This is no surprise.
The last administration was
they would not know a number.
No,
not have a clue.
They had no clue how many came over the border in the 4 years.
No, they were allowing them.
Your border czar had no clue. She never went to the border.
You get one, and you get one, and you get one.
So you're talking about an administration that I think was put into place to create total chaos in this country. Because with total chaos, you can get all your little side projects accomplished because no one's focusing on anything.
Right.
Funny how when Trump comes into office, they're highly focused on moves that he makes. You know what I mean? Where Biden was there, they're not focused at all.
Exactly.
They're getting no answers, and they were happy with no answers. You know why they were happy with no answers? Because they had Trump in the last administration, and they hated him. Because he said CNN sucks, MSNBC sucks, ABC sucks. He insulted everybody that had it out for him.
The majority of the news.
Right. So what's the news cycle going to do in 2020 when Biden gets elected? President Biden.
Oh, you're so great.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor? And they're getting him softball questions, and he's lobbing out of the park.
They get pre-approved questions.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And he had the answers. He had the answers written in front of him in a book.
He tried to read it.
And he had Karine Jean-Pierre who covered. He also had what's her name? The redhead girl for the first 2 years as the press secretary who covered for him. They covered left and right for him. Left and right.
He tried. I also wanted to point this out off topic a little bit. We talked about Lane Kiffin going to LSU from Ole Miss and leaving a chance to coach in the playoffs. LSU has reportedly agreed to pay Kiffin the same bonuses he was set to receive with Ole Miss if they were to make the college football playoffs and if the Rebels are in the final bracket selected by the college football playoff committee. Kiffin was going to get $150,000 from Ole Miss just for playing a game in the first round. And then as he goes on, he's set to make $250,000 and then $550,000 and then $750,000 if they reach the national championship game.
Chump change.
And $1 million if he wins it.
Chump change.
But isn't that a little bit ridiculous that they would pay him the exact same bonus structure that he was going to get at Ole Miss?
Why not? You want to hire
Why
one?
not?
You want to hire bonus
They
structure?
hired him. They wanted.
They're paying him enough. I mean, you really need to give him a bonus
Do you
structure.
know how much
for
they're gonna?
how this
Do you know
team
how
is
much they're
gonna
gonna pay him just for his radio talk show?
No, I
Or his
know.
TV
I know.
interview show.
I know.
You know how much the boosters are going to pay him just to dole out millions to him to be able. He's going to get 25 million in NIL money.
Yeah,
He's going to start out with 25 million.
They had 18 million yet last year with
Right.
Brian Kelly.
Right, and he'll have 25 this year.
No, I agree. Dave, are you surprised by that LSU gave him the same bonus structure for how Ole Miss does during the playoffs? And do you think that may have played a part in why he allegedly wanted to stay and coach them during the playoffs?
The bonus money?
Yeah.
No. I think he wanted to stay because he wanted to take a shot at winning the national championship.
And get their players.
He's going to get their player. He's going to get whatever players he wants anyway.
Yeah, he's going to get them to enter the portal.
When is the portal? January 3rd?
Yeah, but you can enter the portal 30 days early
Right.
if your coach leaves.
Right. But what I'm saying is
it's January 2nd.
He's going to go into the portal as soon as it opens up, and he's just going to rate it.
Of course.
Going to rate it. He's going to rate it for whoever's there.
They wouldn't let him talk to the team
right
at the end. But UConn, we allowed Coach Moore to talk to the team today, which I thought was hilarious. I thought that was great. And we have.
Are you sure he talked to the team? Because apparently he's in Colorado State today.
He gave a press conference, and allegedly, from what I was told, he flew to UConn to talk to the team, to tell them directly, and encouraged them to continue on with their season, which I'm sure means please come with me to Colorado State. But in reality,
I saw a post that UConn is trying to stave off mass exoduses. That's what's
they are. Yeah, there is mass exodus. There's at least 15 kids in the portal right now, and they're trying to get those kids to play in the playoff game, in the bowl game, regardless of where we end up going. We don't want to end up like North Carolina last year. They want to keep the kids so they play in the bowl game. So I think finances are going to play a big part in that. But who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, they are trying to stave off a mass exodus because it's already happening. I mean, you saw some of the top the top 4 or 5 players are already in the portal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was crazy to let him come back and speak.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin is the man, whether people like it or not. He's going to ride this out. He's going to win at LSU.
No, he's not. He's going to be fired within 4 years.
He might be fired, but not because he didn't win.
You think that he's just going to leave willingly or take another job? I mean, what other jobs are better than LSU? The
New York Giants.
He's not going to go back to the NFL. And Ole Miss reportedly was going to pay him a similar amount. It was the fertile recruiting grounds at LSU that really, he preyed on it and did hot yoga.
What's happening at Ole Miss happens once every 20 years. What's happening at Ole Miss will happen at LSU every year if the guy can get it right.
It happened with Brian Kelly leaving during the playoffs when Marcus Freeman took over and led Notre Dame to the national title game.
Right.
Yeah, it happens. Money talks. That's all they care about. They don't care about a chance to win a national championship. They don't care about the college football playoffs. They care about the almighty dollar because it's a business. And college football makes the world go round, whether Joe D wants to believe it or not. Am I right, Dave?
I agree with you on that one, yes.
I mean, it does. It funds all the Olympic sports. It funds all the non-revenue sports.
Very their feelings on that, I think,
Well, what was frustrating. Joe dropped F-bombs on me, saying, Yeah, you didn't hear him say fuck you, fuck you. Yeah, he said it multiple times. You're a football guy. I said no. I said look, all you have to do is look at the balance sheet. Football funds every one of these other sports. Football funds these athletic departments, these broadcast deals. There's nothing like them. That's why I said UConn can win 10 national championships. Financially, it's not sustainable. It's not going to do anything positive because the Big East TV deal is worth pennies on the dollar. It's worth about as much money as Troy has in his piggy bank.
Hmm.
It is. It is for sure. It is for sure. So the Ukraine-Russia situation, we don't see that getting solved.
We're not talking about the WNBA right now?
You want to talk about the WNBA? Yes, they extended
the CBA there. They're asking for $1.2 million top end
for top end salary. Yeah, it's completely unrealistic.
$2 million.
It's no, and even Maria said that's completely unrealistic.
$2 million.
Maria
for
said
the top end. Usually, you have one or two top end players in your team.
Maria believes that $800,000 is even too much, but that would suffice. But she says that what they're asking for is unrealistic and crazy, and they're trying to base it off of revenue gain per year. That's what the WNBA.
There were 5 players in the WNBA that got around $250,000 a year as the high end paid.
Yeah.
So from $250,000, they want to go to $1.2 million. They want a 500% increase
because they think they're generating all this revenue. They're saying, we had the highest.
What are they generating? Open up the books. What are they generating? It's 1 year.
They don't want to open up the books.
It's a Caitlin Clark year.
Caitlin Clark didn't even play last
No, she
year.
didn't. It's her second year there, but the run over and the residue from Caitlin Clark is what fueled the viewership in the WNBA.
And Angel Reese and her me bounce. No, I agree with you. I agree. I don't think that they're going to come doing it. The problem is there's 2 expansion teams. If they don't come to a CBA agreement, it's going to screw things up with free agency, with the expansion draft.
They want money. They want money. Follow my game plan. Follow my women's basketball game plan.
The naked game plan. The naked game plan.
A naked. It doesn't have to be. We would be the WNW Women's Naked Basketball Association.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be on OnlyFans and draw.
I will give each player $500,000.
We're going to come up with a business plan.
20 players 10 on each roster. We're going to have 1 coach and 1 assistant. The coach and the assistant coach have to be naked as well, right?
Yeah.
And then we will sell tickets.
You said the refs have to be naked too.
The refs got to be naked too. They got to be female. We don't want any male refs.
Yes.
You should have a VIP room.
All the boxes.
VIP.
Dave, you know we're not going to be doing this at the high school cafeteria. We're going to be doing it in I don't know where we'll take the biggest arena. We'll take the biggest arena. We'll do it in Syracuse in the Carrier Dome.
Tell the patrons to remember to hands off.
Right. No fouls, no hand checking.
Well, I mean, they play shirts versus skins. It's just similar.
It's just skins versus skins.
All skins.
It's skins versus skins.
It's all skins. It's all skins.
We will hook up with OnlyFans. We will probably sell. It would be like, let's say we charge, I don't know, $25 or $30 to view the game. Cheap business. It's cheap.
And there isn't pay-per-view right now, so I think you'd corner the market.
Let's say we get 2 to 3 million views at $30, right?
I think you'd get that.
I would have $90 million just in OnlyFans. I got to give the organization 20%. 18 million goes back to them.
Well, how many teams?
I got
5 teams.
No, just 2 teams.
Oh, 2
teams. That's it. It's not a league. It's just a game, and
it's just one game.
We will rotate. We rotate players,
and
we'll bring in new talent week to week. So you'll see different. It'll be the same teams.
Okay.
And we would have about $72 million, right? And not counting the ticket sales. The tickets are minimum $200 for a ticket. If you're courtside, it's going to be like the Knicks, $5,000, right? So, and we could make another.
Well, it'd be funny to see the people that would come to this.
We could. Are you kidding me? It would be sold out every week. And
how many? And how big of a arena would you run out?
I would have
the
the Pussycat Dolls perform at halftime.
The Nexus Center, would you run out? I mean,
the Nexus Center. No, I would run out the biggest stadium, 50,000 seats.
You rent out like the garden,
Yeah, no, the garden's only 20 something thousand. I'd rent out a
like the carrier.
carrier dome. You give me the carrier dome. Yeah, you give me the carrier dome. I'll sell 50,000 tickets.
Okay. I like that.
And every girl, if I come out with $72 million in viewing revenue, every girl could have $1 million.
No, I agree.
And I'll still make $20 or $30 million for one game.
I agree. That's the way to go. I think we should dump the wine bar idea and let's go with
I'm
this.
going right with that.
Let's
I'm telling
go.
you, if I had, I just need a couple of investors and a lawyer. I need a couple of investors and a lawyer.
We got
Dave,
the lawyer.
You're my lawyer. You're my representation on this.
No, my dad will represent you. My dad can be your lawyer.
My dad? Yeah, your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad. Yeah,
He'll take care of the law, and
perfect.
Then you're good.
It's the investors,
and then we'll put together a business plan. Dave got his MBA, so Dave will get us investors, and we'll be good to go.
The WNBA, the Women's Naked Basketball Association.
So, Dave.
Yeah.
Does Troy have basketball tomorrow?
Yeah, practice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got practice tomorrow. When's his first game?
Oh, we've already played. We had played in a tournament last week. We lost in the championship.
Oh,
yeah.
How did he do? Did he do all right?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he's scored 15 the first game.
Oh wow!
Is he dunking yet, Dave?
No, I mean his kid's a good athlete.
He scored 10 in the championship game. I mean, he's a point guard, so he probably doesn't score as much as he probably.
Right, he's a facilitator.
You touching rim yet?
But on the school team, he plays for this Catholic school.
He plays for both, which is crazy.
He played fifth and sixth grade, but he's a fifth grader. He's a young guy, but he scored 8 in the last one. And then they'll have another game. He doesn't play as much in that because there's older kids, but.
Right.
But he scored 8 in the last game, and he scored I think 4 and 4. So,
and did Cutler play any volleyball yet?
Two tournaments.
How have they done?
They ended up 4th in the Buffalo tournament, and they had the Rochester tournament. I don't know if they ended up 2nd. They play at Brockport.
They play
at Brockport. Yeah, it's club
cool.
travel.
That's
yeah, it's
cool.
all right, man. He loves it.
Does he play up front?
Yeah, he's 6'9". He's the middle. He's a midi.
So he's
6'9". He's 6'9". He's got a lot of Asians on his team. The Asians saw him walking the crowds like, "You're in." And they put him right in the middle.
You're in.
Yeah, right.
He likes
may I spike a ball every so often, sir? No, just block everything that you see. That's it. That's his job.
All right. Well, Coach Schumann, you're the
Good
man.
pod.
Yeah.
We had a lot of interaction, dude.
Of course, because I'm the best podcast host in the universe, and this is Rebel Republic. You're either with us or you're against us. You
play a thong song?
No. You can play the
I made a thong song while we were on today.
You did?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, and I published it.
That's where you went.
This is fantastic.
You copied it. You copied it.
No, I made a reggae version.
A reggae version of the thong song?
Of course you did.
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Of course.
See if I can play it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I want to hear it.
Let me see if I can. Yeah.
So when you said I have to leave, you went and you made a reggae version.
No, I went and utilized the facilities because I was I had to go.
You had to go.
There's no other way to put it.
Was number 1 or number 2?
I was trying to hold it off. I've been holding it off since we went in. We started.
It was number 2.
Let me play 20 seconds of this song, and you'll compare it to your reggae.
It's different.
That girl so scandalous, and you know another nigga couldn't handle it. Shaking that thing.
The P. Diddy documentary comes out tomorrow. That's all I keep thinking about.
Dance on the hip hop spots, and you cruise to the grooves like an acrobat. Not just.
I love the
background.
I love the chorus.
Yeah.
I think I'll sing it again.
I love it.
Yeah, all right. So you got the reggae version.
I'll give you a reggae version. Let's see.
Let's hear
what this sounds like. I love that version that you have. That version might be as good as the original.
I think it's better than the original.
It was a great song.
I think it's better than the original. Hate to say it.
I can't believe that's all I
That
have.
song was an iconic
It's so
song.
weird.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, Spring Break
This thing
2000.
right here, it's letting all the ladies know what guys talk about. You know, the finer things in life. Check it out. Ooh, that dress so scandalous, and you know another nigga couldn't handle it. So you're shaking that thing like who's the ish, with a look in your eyes so devilish. You like to dance in the hip hop spots, and we cruise to the cruise to connect the dots. Not just urban, she liked the pop, cause she was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? Baby, move your butt. I think I'll sing it again. She had dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? All night long. Let me see that thong. I like it when the beat go. Baby, make your booty go. Girl, I know you wanna choke. That thong.
Oh, that's beautiful, Dave.
That's good,
awesome.
right?
That's beautiful.
Listen, throw that up on TikTok right now.
No, he gets millions of downloads on Spotify.
I'll make a video, put it up.
Yep, that'd be awesome.
So
a few Jamaican guys with some thick rear-ended women on a beach
with big tits
drinking
big tits,
drinking some Red Stripes and a little bit of Mango Bay Cocoa rum.
Yeah,
I'll show you the album, the video album cover. I already published it.
This is why he's answering all the questions in delay. He's creating music while we're doing this.
Well, I know that's what he always does. He's got ADD up the ass. He can't focus.
Yes.
That's the cover.
God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That is the thong song. What's it? Free Rebel?
Yeah.
That's the name of my band, Free Rebel.
Oh, Free Rebel.
Yeah,
Free Rebel.
that's what does our best song is.
Look at that.
The Bloodlines and Betrayal song is the best.
That might be the best song. The most popular song now has become The Candy Shop by 50 Cent.
Well, yeah, of course.
You're gonna have to put together an album.
He's
I guess technically I probably.
You have enough songs to with the Yukon mariachi song.
I made
Rebel Republic song.
I made like a little mini three song album of like 90s hip hop songs that I redid, and not super popular. So I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do an album. I'll just do individual releases because I think that gets more popularity. But
yeah, I think that you could do an album, but you have enough. But do the individual releases.
Really, the key is it gives you multiple versions and multiple songs, and you you basically just have to have like a good ear. Like this sucks. This doesn't
all the
suck.
lyrics in, or
yeah, put the lyrics in. Yeah.
Okay, and then it gives you the different versions of.
Could you do one on free grocery stores and free transportation and free student house, free college education, everything?
Give us the Mamdani song.
Give us the Mamdani City song.
We'll do a Mamdani song. We'll put that together.
Let me see if I can come up with that. I'll
Start working on that.
I'll have that done tomorrow.
That'll be your next project. You can do the Mamdani song.
Yeah,
he's the greatest.
That'd be hilarious.
He's the greatest. He's the greatest. He's the greatest. I love him so much.
What would be the
song?
No. You gotta make it an Arabic chant song.
Guys, I'm just having a good time drinking a few cold beers. Yeah, I think you should drink
I'm with you.
A few cold beers, and I don't think you should shut up. And you do have the right to remain silent, but I wouldn't remain silent, David. David, you're making some excellent points. And I think that somebody should not stop you. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going till it hits the spot. Just like the thong song.
It should be sung by an Arabic belly dancer.
Yeah, just keep going till it hits the spot, baby. Well, then we know when it hits the spot. So Dave, when we do Bloodlines, do you want to do Lance Armstrong?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. All right. And I have we have Joe Wednesday too, so and then we can
Let me see that thong.
did somebody say the goat? Yes, David, you are the goat. You are the goat, and I want your milk. Yes.
What are you saying?
It was a joke. The goat. He says he's a goat. So goats have milk.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'm sure they do.
So Dave, you're the man, and the voice of reason is here. And just remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right up. With the
Thong, right up your thong.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
tough.
Throw the two oranges back at life.
Yeah,
and put it in your thong. Young sir.
I